plain-spoken guy from the state of West Virginia, very proud of it, done a lot of stuff. And I would just say just this. We absolutely should always continue to ask ourselves, and I wrote it down, is can we protect and move forward at the same time? It's just that simple. And the next thing that I would say is just what my dad has said many times, but I'll never forget this. You know, my dad was a graduate as an aeronautical engineer from Purdue University, and right after he came out of that, he enlisted in the Air Force, and lo and behold, they taught him how to fly, and he was flying a B-29 bomber, World War II. Now, you just think about that guy and how great all those folks were, men and women, at that time, and the contribution that they made to all of us, to each and every one of us. That guy stood at an engineering table with 2 or 3 engineers and the superintendent of a job, and they were trying to figure out exactly where to put the road. And I'll never forget this till I die. They went on and on for probably an hour and a half, and then at that time, Dad said to the superintendent, said, "Kirby, I don't know exactly what the right answer is, but this damn well ain't it." Now, that's all there is to this whole situation here. We know what all the red tape and all the problems are, for crying out loud. We know that we want to protect. You spoke, sir, about the ruins and everything that people are calling, but they speak to you, do they not? They do. We know we have to protect. We know that. But at the same time, we've got to find a way to move forward, because really and truly, the red tape, the permitting process to do anything, you know, see, I'm a business guy. The permitting process is so absolutely bogged down, it's unbelievable. And you talk about sausage, I mean, for crying out loud, it is the most bizarre things at times that anybody could ever imagine. So we got to do something about it. And we got to fix it. And we're smart. And we have the ability to fix it. Please, let's quit denying. Please, some way, somehow, let's quit denying that we don't have that we have a problem, or we don't have a problem. I mean, it is preposterous to think just how bad the problem really is. You know, we got to live here too. That's all there is to it. And we got to do things. And we got to try to make things better. And we have an energy meltdown right on our doorstep. And we got to do something about that too. If we don't watch out, we're going to spin around 2 or 3 times. And this great nation, we're going to say, uh-oh, we got a real old Duke moment. And so with all that being said, I've really only got just one question. And this would be to Mr. McDonnell. And it's so obvious it's off the chart, but you know, what we've written here is, can you provide an estimate of the direct cost, personnel, survey work, legal expenses, on and on and on, that are solely attributable to Section 106? A process for a multi-state project, and how that cost is ultimately passed down to the American energy consumers. To put it plainly, can you give me an estimate of how much American taxpayers are paying for the federal government's complicated process? Please, sir.
Thank you for the question, Senator. So our utility isn't quite the largest utility. We're in fact pretty small in the grand scheme of things. We can certainly visit with some of our counterparts, and I can get you a more reasonable estimate for that answer for the record, if that's acceptable.
Well, surely it's acceptable, but the bottom line to the whole thing of what I'm trying to say is the whole process here is not working. The process is ungodly expensive, and it is absolutely a time consumer like nobody's business. You just got to do something about it. Mr. Chairman, thank you, sir.